Boys and girls, I said that we were going to look at some plants. So Mr. Chattel went outside and he dug up, I think you might know this, a dandelion plant. And you can see that it has the yellow flower at the top. And then it has some, what are these things called? These are the leaves. Coming right down off of the flower is the stem. And then this is the part you can't see unless you dig it up. This part is the root. It grows in the ground. This root takes all the water from the soil and sucks it right up so it can give the water to the rest of the plant. The stems take the water right up and they deliver it to the leaves and they deliver it to the flower. You can tell this one is sad. It's a little droopy because what does it not have? Doesn't have any water anymore. Doesn't have any soil anymore. Doesn't have any sunshine anymore. So it's kind of droopy. Now, do you know what happens to a dandelion after it gets very old? The seeds start to grow. Do you know what you do with them? Sometimes we see them, we pick them and we blow their seeds all over. So pretty soon, this flower will turn into seeds and the seeds can scatter. This one is just a little tiny plant. It doesn't even have a flower and it's going to have a flower in it. That is going to become a flower, but we picked it, so it may not work. But here's where the flower would grow. These are the leaves. Here is the stem. Here's the part we never get to see because it's under the ground. Those are the roots. Now, you can do the same thing as Mr. Chattel as long as you ask a grown-up if it would be okay to dig up a flower. We don't want to dig up any beautiful flowers that you want to stay in the ground and just share their beauty, because once you pick it, it's not going to grow anymore. Let's have a story about plants. I have a real story and I have a pretend one. Let me show you what they look like. Two stories. One is real, one is pretend. This one is called Flower Garden. This one is called just plain flowers. Let's start with this one first. There it is, Flowers. It's by Vijaya Bodok. She wrote the words, so she's called the author. Her friend Gail Saunders Smith did not draw the pictures. Can you tell what happened? What did they do? They didn't draw that flower. Yep, they took a picture of it with a camera. What's a person called when they take pictures with a camera? A photographer, right. So this book did not have an illustrator. It had a photographer. Flowers. Oh, look. It's the special page called Table of Contents. So if we wanted to look up certain things, we could look on those pages. Like if we wanted to know flowers we eat, we'd look on page 16. I don't know, do you eat flowers? I don't think I eat flowers. We're going to find out on page 16. I want to know everything about it, so I'm going to read the whole story. But this gives us a clue. Real or pretend? I know a lot of real books have table of contents. Let's find out. Plants need flowers. Flowers make seeds and fruits for plants. Flowers come in many colors, shapes, and sizes. I think these are black-eyed Susans. I think. Flower buds grow from the stem of a plant. The buds open and the flowers bloom. There's a bloomed flower. A little closer here. Those haven't opened up yet. Those are just buds. Flowers have pollen inside. Pollen's a little bit sticky. Pollen helps flowers make seeds. And the way they do that is they have bees and bugs and things coming near them, and then they get that pollen stuck on their legs. Parts of the flower then will turn into fruit. Seeds grow inside the fruit, and then new plants grow from those seeds. And that's where seeds come from. Colorful flower petals attract birds and other insects. The birds sip on the nectar inside of the flowers. They don't really want the pollen. They're looking for the nectar, which tastes yummy. But they get pollen on their feet and on their legs, and then they go and visit another flower. Roses have soft petals that smell good. Roses grow on big bushes. There's a bud, and then here's the flower. And look, all the leaves, the stems. We can't see the roots, though. Flowers we eat. This is the part I didn't think we did. We eat some flowers. Cauliflower is a white flower, and we eat it raw with dip or cooked. When it's cooked, it's softer. We just had some cauliflower last night, didn't we, Mr. Chattel? Artichokes are flower buds. They make good dips and sauces. Artichokes. Whoa, look at that whole field of flowers. Pretty or plain, large or small, flowers help plants make fruit and seeds. Here's the parts of a sunflower. You know this part. It's the flower part. And then off of the flower is the stem. And then over on the side, the leaves. Pretty soon, inside of this flower, they're going to be sunflower seeds. But right now, they did a picture of the seed that's in the ground. What grows down underneath the ground that we can't see unless we dig it up? The root. And then pretty soon, there'll be a stem coming up. And that's where the stem is right there. And that's the story of flowers. Real or pretend? Well, it taught us a lot about flowers. There weren't any talking flowers or talking birds or anything like that. So Mrs. Casamasa's library word is non-fiction. It is not fake, it's real. Now, let's do another story. So you must have guessed. Is this real or pretend? This must be the pretend one then, right? It's called Flower Garden. It is written by Catherine Hewitt. Oh, nope. It is written by Eve Bunting. What am I saying? She wrote the words. She is called she's called the author. But her friend, Catherine Hewitt, drew the pictures. So she's called the illustrator. Flower Garden by Eve Bunting. Flower Garden. Oh, shopping cart. There's some flowers right there. They must be going shopping for some flowers in this story, I bet. Garden in a shopping cart. Doesn't it look great? Yeah, they're buying flowers along with their groceries. Garden on the checkout stand. I can hardly wait. Garden in a cardboard box. Walking to the bus. You can tell they live in a big city, so they don't have a car. They'll take the bus to the store and on their way home. Garden sitting on our laps. People smile at us. Garden going up the stairs, stopping at each floor. They live in an apartment, so they have to go all the way up the stairs to get to their apartment door. This garden's getting heavier. At last, our own front door. Now they're going to go inside of their apartment. Hurry, hurry, get the trowel, spread the papers thick. Get the bag of potting soil, get the planting mix. So they're putting soil into, oh, that looks like a window box. That's what I put my flowers into too. So they're putting them inside. They put the soil in and they're taking the flowers out of these tiny little boxes and they're going to put them into this big box. That means when they take those out, they're going to be able to see the roots. And then put them underneath the soil again. Put purple pansies at each end, daisies white as snow, daffodils, geraniums, and tulips in a row. And there's the trowel. It's like a pointed shovel. Garden in a window box high above the street. They can't go in their backyard and have a garden because their apartment is too high. So where's their garden? Right outside their window. Where butterflies can stop and rest and ladybugs can meet. And she's got a little ladybug right on her hand. Walkers walking down below will lift their heads and see purple, yellow, red, and white, a colored jamboree. Oh, look up there at their beautiful window box. Wouldn't it look great if everybody had a window box outside of their window? That would make their apartment house so beautiful. She's looking out the window at her garden. But I think somebody special's coming down the street. Wonder who that could be. Oh, candles on a birthday cake. Chocolate ice cream too. Who's coming in the door? I think that must be her mommy. Happy, happy birthday, Mom. A garden box for you. What do you think Mommy's saying there? Oh, they're so beautiful. Thank you. Look, they're looking at their skyline and they're thinking about how beautiful it is.